Hi, I'm Dennis Hubbard, hosting another exciting episode of My Vote Counts, hosted by the Farmington Hills Committee to Increase Voter Participation. We're a committee sponsored by the city that is here to encourage residents to get registered to vote, to get information about the elections, and to make sure that information is put out timely and accurately and as widely publicized as possible. We have 9 members in the committee. Last year we were able to participate in the Founders Festival Parade. If you happen to notice us handing out trinkets, we're out there getting the word out about elections in that event. We do host a debate at the Farmington Hills Harrison High School. We've also done voter registration drives in all of the city's high schools. I think we had over 150 high school seniors register to vote last year. So we've had some very good successes in 2013. We also added a student member, Nita Kedharnath, which is here with me today. And she's going to be graduating this year, so we'll actually need to replace her when she goes on to bigger, better things in college. Nita, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, no problem.
So you joined last February, is that right?
Yes.
And what brought you to the Committee to Increase Voter Participation?
It was actually through the National Honor Society. I had been on the board there, and my advisor had heard about this from Pam Smith, and she said, I think I know someone who might be interested. So she approached me about it, and I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so I came to one of the meetings, and I just kind of got pulled into it. I've always been interested in civics and government, and I think this was a good stepping stone for that.
I think it absolutely is. And Pam Smith, of course, our city clerk in Farmington Hills. That's actually how I got into the group as well. I actually seen an advertisement in what was the Farmington Patch, and that was a little article looking for an additional member, and that's how I got into the group. Now, as you got acclimated into the group, what were some of the highlights that you had in your participation over the last year?
I really liked working at the voter registration drives. I'm looking forward to it this year as well, because now that I'm a senior, I feel like I could have a bigger reach into, because my class would be the ones now registering. I thought it was really cool just going out there, getting to the people in my school and saying hey, did you know about this? And most of them hadn't, and they weren't really clear on what all the formalities were. So I found it a fun way to get the word out.
And of course, you're a senior at North Farmington High School, right?
Right.
The Harrison event that I got a chance to participate in, we had a little bit over, I think it was 60 new students register. How did it go for you at North?
I think it was about 40 or 45.
Okay.
We noticed we only did it during lunch, so that could be an improvement to do it throughout the day, beginning or before school, after school. It was cool. I think that North has had less experience with it, so maybe that was the issue.
Well, I think 45 seniors getting registered to vote is actually a success story, because those are 45 new young Americans who will have an opportunity to guide the government and with their wishes. Now, within the organization and the Committee to Increase Voter Participation, and moving on over to the Founders Festival, you had a chance to participate in the Founders Festival?
Yes, I thought that was a fun day. We got to walk in the parade. We passed out lanyards and bracelets that said vote on it. It was just a cool way to connect with both the community and what I enjoyed doing, which was telling people what was going on.
Now, going into 2014, what are some of the things that you hope to or look forward to accomplishing in this next 6, 7, 8 months before you head off to college?
Well, I'm excited to work at the voter registration drives again. I'm thinking we could try and work. I know they had debates at Harrison High School, and I think we had one at North this year, so that could be another thing to promote. I guess I'm interested in direct city involvement, so maybe going out and besides the Founders Parade, which is I think the time that as a committee we go and do stuff. So I think it'd be cooler if we kind of all, or groups of us had goals to be met that we could work together on.
Well, you've certainly been a very productive and energized member of the committee. I know on behalf of the other 7 members, aside from the 2 of us, we've definitely enjoyed having you and look forward to the next 6 or 7 months. Do you have a replacement in mind?
Not exactly, but I'm sure looking at the government classes at the 3 high schools would be a good place to start.
Absolutely. And if anybody at home knows of a high school junior or senior who would like to participate, they don't have to be 18 yet, but we would be looking to add another member to the committee to increase voter participation. We meet once a month at 5:30, so it is of course after school, and we get lots of participation in different events. For me, a highlight is always the Founders Festival and the parade. It's a lovely day out, and we've had good weather the last few years. For anyone that is interested in joining the committee to increase voter participation, you can call the City Clerk's office of Farmington Hills and ask for Pam Smith, or you can contact Chairperson Deb Kedharnath. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this edition of My Vote Counts, and we look forward to seeing you again next month.